There's no getting around it. The Huawei Ascend Mate is a titan among smartphones and undoubtedly the largest phone we've ever tested. Its 6.1-inch LCD clearly dwarfs even the 5.5-inch screens of the Galaxy Note 2 and Optimus G Pro, and it makes the 5-inch Galaxy S4 look positively dainty by comparison. It's surprisingly easy to hold though, thanks to slim bezels, if a bit drab due to the matte plastic body. Huawei put the power button and volume rocker in just the right place for one-handed use. Don't go looking for much expansion, however. While you'll find a microSD slot on the side, a microSIM slot up top, and a non-MHL micro-USB port below, you'll get just 8GB of internal storage, and the battery isn't removable. At least the whopping 4050 mAh capacity of that battery will easily last a day or more. The IPS-based display is gorgeous, and not just because of the size. While the panel only musters a 720p resolution, it produces rich colors and wide viewing angles. The extra-large screen is virtually tailor-made for browsing photos and watching videos, and it's quite visible in bright sunlight. You can even use it while you're wearing gloves. Performance is another matter. Huawei's quad-core 1.5 GHz K3 V2 processor and 2GB of RAM have no trouble juggling regular Android apps, but we noticed mixed performance in benchmarks and other CPU-intensive tasks like web browsing and gaming. An older game like Riptide GP plays smoothly, for example, but the K3 V2 struggles to keep up with modern titles such as Real Racing 3, which is almost unplayably slow at times. Speed freaks will be better served by Snapdragon 600-based phones like the Optimus G Pro, Galaxy S4, and HTC One. The 8-megapixel rear camera, 1-megapixel front camera, and their related software are mostly similar to what we saw in the Ascend D1 Quad XL, and produce solid results, most of the time. Shutter lag is decent, and the rear camera produces sharp stills in video in daylight. However, there's still a tendency to underexpose shots and wash out colors in bright light, producing a burnt look. Low light performance is also weak next to the Ascend Mate's contemporaries, especially the HTC One. There is a healthy supply of settings and filters to play with if you want more extensive control. Like many of the phones Huawei is releasing in 2013, the Ascend Mate is running Android 4.1 Jelly Bean with rich notifications, Google Now, and more. The updated Emotion UI layer represents an even bigger change, however, and eclipses Huawei's minimalist approach to tweaking Ice Cream Sandwich. Some touches are helpful, such as the Mi widget's all-encompassing support for contacts, media, and weather. We also liked quick access to device profiles, as well as more extensive theming that completely reskins the home screen. There are even some tricks that make the most of that gigantic LCD. The one-handed typing mode is very convenient when we have a bag in one hand, and there's also an option to hide the on-screen navigation keys. However, there's no longer an app drawer. You can't hide apps you don't want. The Easy Panel's quick apps aren't much use either, and you can't revert to Google's official visual theme. We wish Huawei had kept a few more of stock Android's advantages. We're ultimately left with a flagship device that feels entirely cutting edge in some areas, yet lags behind the pack in others. The Ascend Mate's screen and battery life are phenomenal for those who need a media hub or all-day workhorse, and they might just lure people away from LG and Samsung. However, the performance, storage, and some software elements leave us a bit underwhelmed. We still give Huawei's giant phone a good look, but mainly if we could snag one at a low price. If you're still undecided about the Ascend Mate, you'll want to check out our full review at Engadget.com. This has been John with Engadget. Thanks for watching.